Hello everyone, it's Professor Sadiq Noor, and today I'm gonna show you and demonstrate to you how you're gonna complete Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Assessment Training PC and for Mac. All right, so let's start. First of all, we have to be in the assignment in the canvas and then click on Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Assessment Training PC and for Mac. Click on it. Now click on Open Pearson, the yellow button in the bottom. It's gonna open MyLab. Now from here, are you ready to start? And then Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Assessment Training for PC and Mac. You have 3 times to do this assignment. So let's click on Start. Now you have 3 boxes you can see here. The first one is to download the starting materials, and then you have to upload your assignment for grading once you have done with these steps. So first I will click on download. So there's 2 files to download. Either you can download individually, one after the other, or you can download all files together. So I will click download all files. As you see, the file is being downloaded, the Excel file and the Microsoft Word that has the instruction in it, right? So then you can close, you can close this, and then you can just close your browser. Now we have to go to the yellow folder, the File Explorer. Then we have to go to the downloads in your computer. Now these are the 2 files you just downloaded. These are the 2 files that we need. One is the Microsoft Word that has the instruction to follow, and this is the starting file to apply what it says in the instruction in the Excel file. So next, I will open the instruction, double click the Microsoft Word, enable editing. Now you can move these to the right by clicking the view here. Now we have to open the Excel file. We have to move it to the right. Be sure to enable. So this is the Excel in the right hand side, and in the left you have your instruction of the project. So the first thing is we have downloaded the file, and then we double clicked the Excel file, and then in the right hand side it pops with your workbook. Now let me explain to you what is what. So if you look here, this is your tabs in Excel. Below the tabs here, all the way to here is what we call the ribbon. All right, the ribbon. And then this one here is your formula bar. Any information on the cell will be posted in the formula bar. Anything typed inside the cell will be visible to you in the formula bar. And all your formulas also. Formula bar. Now this fx is to insert a function. The checksum is to enter the value you typed in the formula bar, and X means delete it. I don't want to type it. This box is the name box in Excel. It's very important. That will allow you to indicate where your cursor, where your pointer is in the worksheet. So the name box. All right. So if I'm here, it's going to tell me that the name box will tell I'm in column F on row 17. 17, yes. All right. The rows are represented by numbers. The columns are represented by alphabet in Excel. These are the sheet tabs. All the sheet will be visible here, right? And then if you want to add more sheets, you will have to click on the plus sign here. Below the sheet tabs is the status bar. It says Excel is ready, accessibility, investigate, and then here you have the views of Excel. And then this is the magnifier, how to magnify your worksheet content. And the scroll bar, vertical and horizontal, to move to the left and right, and to move up and down. So next now we have to read the instructions. So the first thing, and it has the points also in the right hand side of the instruction. So the first thing is we need to read the statement in each of the steps. So the first one is we need to your organization provide a discount to educators. However, the worksheet contains the wording that needs to be changed to education. So we need to use the find or replace to find the teacher and replace it by education. So to do that, we have to be in Home tab. Let me increase. And then you will go to the editing group. on the ribbon. So the ribbon consists of groups, and the groups has names like numbers, alignment, font, clipboard, styles, cells, and then when you click on the other tab, the ribbon changes, right? So we have to go to the editing. The editing group is the second last. Go to find and select. Go to replace. Then you will get the find and replace dialog box. Find what? So we need to find teacher. So type teacher and replace it by. So you have to be sure that you type the same thing, education, and then replace it. Click OK and close the find and replace. So in our Excel now, anything that says teacher is being changed to education, as you see here, right? Now, let's read the next step. So this one is done. Next is the worksheet contains spelling errors that needs to be corrected. Check the spelling of the worksheet and correct the errors. So that will be step number 3. So we need to go to review, the review tab, and then under the proofing group on the ribbon, click on spelling, click on spelling, and then you will get the spelling dialog box is asking you now these are the problems, so obviously we need to change all the forecasting. Analytics are wrong here. You want it to be analytics, so change. So we have to go back, and then forecasting is wrong. So you want to say forecasting. You will say change all or change. And then you see the forecast has been corrected and click OK. If you're going to ignore it, then it's not going to change it. So let's get back to read the next statement. Step number 4. You cancel the charting basic worksheet because only one person reserved for it. So we need to delete the row containing the charting basic workshop. So we need to delete the row that has charting basics. So select the row when you see the black arrow on number 8, click, and then we can go to home and then to cell, the group that says cells, or you can also do right click and delete, or you can just go to the cells, the group cells on the ribbon under the home tab and click delete. As you see, it's been deleted. The next, the Excel analytics and forecasting training course filled and you open another course. So insert a new row between the big data foundation and the data mining row and copy the row 5 and paste it on the empty row. Change the dates to June 7, 2024 in the range CD and to D7. Enter 11 in cell G7 and 10 in cell H7. So the first thing is we have to select the data menu because in the middle we have to put the new row. So do right click and then insert from the shortcut menu. Now here we can copy Excel Analytics. So copy from the Home tab, clipboard, click on copy and click cell B7 and paste. Now the flashing light here to escape it, to remove it, you have to press the escape key in your keyboard. The escape key, which is the first key in your keyboard. All right. Now we have to copy the date. So select. So obviously we can copy the whole thing. Copy and then go in B7 and paste. Control and V or hit paste and then press the escape key. Now, according to the instruction, insert a new row, which we did that. Now copy the row 5 and paste on the empty row, which we did. Change the date to June 7 in the range of C7 and D7. So June 7, and then from here also to 7. I will zoom it so you can see well. Now next, go back to your instruction. Now enter 11 in G7, 11, so override what you copied. And in H7, we need to type 10 to overwrite what you copied earlier. So we changed it. Now go back to your instruction. So this one is done. Step number 6, assigning a code to each workshop. Provide a references number. You will use 06 to indicate the 6th month, June, and 001 for the first workshop. So we're gonna type 06-001 in cell A5, then use the autofill to complete the range A6 all the way to A10. So once we typed 06-001 in cell A5, then we have to use the fill handler to fill the rest of the cell until A10. So to do that, first we need to change the first one, A5. We're gonna type 06-001. Now we have to go back to A5, and then you see the square box, the bottom one. So when you move your cursor, it has to be a teeny plus. That's the autofill. So hold the left key of your mouse and drag it down. As you see, 06002, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Perfect. That's the autofill. Let's go and read back. Now, instead of displaying the date such as 6324, you want to display the date as 632000. So we need the full year instead of 2 digits. So we need to format the date in C5 all the way to D10 with the short date format from their list. So let's see. Now the people who is using Mac uses select 314 as the format. Now we need to select C5 all the way to C5 all the way to C10. So let's read back. C5 all the way to D10. So C5 all the way to D10. So it means we need C5 all the way to D10. Now we can do a right click on the selected cell, and then you can go to format cell, and then the date is already the category been selected from the dialog box of the format cells, and then we need to select this one under the type, right? Or you can do like this. After you selected the range, you can go to number and click the small down arrow, which is the launcher, to give us more option for the number. And then it's the same thing. So either you have to highlight the cell and right click and then format cell, or you can click on the down arrow under the number group, and then it's gonna open up the format cells, and then we are looking for this one, and then it's gonna show you the sample here, how your data is gonna look like, and then click OK. All right, let's go back. So format the date in the range C5 all the way to D10 with the short date format. So we completed that. Now let's go to step number 8. The worksheet contain the column for the start and ending date. It will be helpful to insert the column to display the number of days for each work. So we need to insert a new column to the right of the end date column, and we have to name the column as number of days in cell E4. So we have to go to E because we want to insert in the right of the end date. Right click, insert, and then we have to name it. You can copy this. So we need this to be, actually, I will type it. But then you have to change the color. The number sign of days, and then press the enter key. Now let's go and back, read the instruction. Row 3 contains the number of attendees and gross revenue main headings. Centering these headings over their respective subheading will help clarify the details. So merge and center the cell H3 and I3 merged and center the range J3 and L3. So we need to merge the cell H3 and I3 highlight. Then we have to go back to the home alignment group under the ribbon, merge and center, and then select J3 all the way to KL3. So let's read again. J3 all the way to L3. So J3 all the way to L3. Go back to the alignment, merge and center. Perfect. Now I will scroll down. Apply the style. Cell style will improve the appearance of the heading on row 4. In addition, centering the text in the heading cell will further improve the appearance of the worksheet. So for the range A4 all the way to L4, we have to apply good cell style, and then we have to wrap the text and then center horizontally. So we have to select A4, column A, and row 4 all the way to L4. So highlight, hold the shift key, hold your left key of your mouse and highlight the cells until L4. Once it's been highlighted, so then we will go to the cell styles. Under the styles, click the cell styles, and then under the good, bad, we need good, perfect. And then we have to go to the alignment group, click the down arrow, and then let's read again. For the range A4 all the way to L4, apply the good cell style which we did. Now wrap the text and center horizontally. Horizontally center, and then wrap the text and click OK. Perfect. Let's go next. Step number 11. You are ready to calculate the numbers of days for the worksheet. So in cell 5, in cell E5, what we need is we need to enter the formula to calculate the number of days for the first workshop, adding 1 to the results to include the total number of days, including the starts and the end dates. The result might display in a date format, and we have to copy the formula to the range E6 all the way to E10. So we need to enter a formula to calculate the number of days for the first workshop, adding 1 to the result to include the total number of days, including the start and the ending date. So let's go to E, column E, and 5, the number of days. Whenever you want to create a formula in Excel, you have to start with equal, and then D, D is the ending date. So click on it, point to D5, minus the starting date for the first record is C5, plus 1. Press the enter key. Now we need to hold the fill handle until you see the 3 plus sign. Hold it Hold the left key and drag it all the way down. So you copy it, right? Now next, we need to apply the number format with 0 decimal place because the number of days rather shows the date rather than values. So we need to apply the number format will solve this issue. So apply the number format with 0 decimal place and center the results horizontally in the range E5 to E10. So from here, select E5 all the way to E10, go to the number group, and then we want to change it to number, and we don't want a decimal place. So go back to the number group and click on decrease decimals, 1, 2, twice. So apply the number format with 0 decimal place and center the result horizontally in the range. So we need to align it horizontally in the middle. Perfect. Next step, we're done with 12. Now number 13, the gross revenue is calculated by the type of customer. Column J is designed to display the gross revenue for the corporate customers. In cell J5, so we have to go to J5 here, J and row number 5, that's for the corporate. In the cell J5, enter the formula to calculate the gross corporate revenue for the first workshop by multiplying the cost per attendee by the number of corporate attendees. Copy the formula. Copy the formula, right? So in this case, they said that the formula should calculate the gross corporate revenue for the first worksheet by multiplying the cost per attendee by the number of corporate attendees, and then copy the formula to the range J6 all the way to J10. So yeah, always you have to create the formula by pressing equal first, and then F5. F5 is the cost per attendee multiplied by the number of attendees, H5. Press the enter key. Now we need to fill it down. Hold the fill handle, hold the left key of your mouse and drag it all the way down. Perfect. Next, the next one now is for column K. It's designed to display the gross revenue for the education customers. So in cell K5, enter the formula to calculate the gross education revenue by subtracting the education discount rate from 1 and then multiplying the result of the cost per attendee and multiplying by the number of education attendees. And then we have to copy those. So let's go here in K5, then click equal first, and then open a parenthesis 1 minus 1 minus. So they said calculate the gross education revenue by subtracting the education discount rate from 1. So 1 minus uh, G5, right? Whatever the percentage is, and then multiply by F5. Cost per attendee is 1,295 multiplied by the I5, which is the education attendees. Now press the enter key. Right now, we need to copy all the fill hand until you see the tiny plus sign. Hold the left key of your mouse and drag it all the way down. Now, let's go on back and read the instruction in Microsoft Word. So we're done with step number 14, 15. Now that you calculated the gross revenue for the corporate and education customer, you can calculate the total gross revenue for each workshop. So in cell L5, enter the formula to calculate the total gross revenue by adding the corporate gross revenue and the education gross revenue. So let's go to L5. Start the formula with equal first. So J5 plus the gross revenue for the education. That should give us the total, right? So the total is 30,821. And then go back to L5, hold the fill handle, hold the left key and drag it all the way down to L10. Now, let's go back and read the instruction. So we're done with number 15. The discount rate looks better when displayed with percentage symbols and centered because the rate are the rates are all 2 digits. So format the G5 all the way to 10 as percentage with 0 decimal place and center the data horizontally. So the problem we have is with this guy here, G5, or highlight G5 all the way to hold the left key of your mouse and highlight G5 all the way to G10. Be sure you are in the Home tab, number group on the ribbon, and then click percentage. All right. And also we want to move it to the middle. So alignment, center. Perfect. So we're done with number 16. We format the G5 all the way down as a percentage with 0 decimal, so I don't have any decimal. So in case that you have a decimal place, right, you can just decrease it. You can be like, if you have it like this, just click here twice. The decrease decimals, right? Now, the next one is number 17. So the monthly values in the cost per attendee and the corporate education and gross revenue column will look better with dollar sign, and commas. So format the range F5 to F10, F5 all the way to F10, then J5 all the way to L10. So hold the control key, because we have to select the non-adjacent cells and select this. Perfect. And then with accounting number form with 0 decimals. While the cell has been selected, let's go to the number group, select accounting. Accounting. We don't want a decimal place. So let's delete the decimals. Number group on the ribbon under the Home tab and click twice. Perfect. So we're done with step number 17. Number 18, change the width of the column G, H, and I to 9. G, hold the shift key, H, and I. So one way you can stretch it by dragging. When you see the two split arrow, the black split arrow, and you can hold the left key, you can drag it to the right. Right? So let me show you one. Now the width is 8.1, so we want to make it 9. So drag it to the right. 9. Right? So GHI should be, the column should change to 9, and change the width of the column JKL to 11. So J, hold the shift key, select the L. Now you can also drag it to make it 11, but we can also use the command from the ribbon. Cells, you will go to format cells, column width, and then specify 11. It has to change to 11 right here. So let me click the OK. 11 and then OK. So that changed to the size 11 simultaneously. All the three columns has changed to 11. Next, number 19 step. To further improve how the number of attendees value display below their headings, you can change the alignment and indent the data. So what we need is we need to right click the data in the range H5 all the way to I10. H5. All right. Highlight H5 all the way to I10. And then we need to increase. So the right aligned, and then we have to increase to 2. We have to increase the indent to 2 times. So select, go to the alignment, right, and then we have to indent. So under the alignment, that's the indent, increase indent. 2 times you have to click it. So 1, 2. Perfect. After we did right aligned, and then we have to increase the indent to 2 times. Number 20 steps. Borders around the number of attendees and gross revenue section will help distinguish the data and improve readability. So we need to apply an outside border to the range H4 all the way to I10. So H4 all the way to I10. Apply outside border, and then also we need to apply to J4 all the way to L10 and outside border. So from here, you will go to the home, then font, then click this here, the border, and we are looking for outside border. Now we have to select J5, J4 all the way to L10. And we have to repeat the same procedure. So the outside border is already selected. Click on it. Now click anywhere to see what you have done. You have a border around the number of attendees and gross revenue. Now we did apply outside border to the range H4 to I10, and also we applied J4 all the way to L10, which is outside border. Now you want to prepare the worksheet so that the manager can print it, because the worksheet data consumes several columns but only a few rows. It will look better in landscape orientation. So we need to select the landscape orientation, step number 21. So we're gonna go to page layout. We will go to the second group, page setup, and then click on orientation, the down black arrow, change it to landscape. Perfect. Now, a larger top margin but smaller left and right will help balance the worksheet data on the printout. Centering the data between the left and right margin further balances the workshop revenue data on the page. So we need to set the margin 1.5 to the top margin and then 0.5 to the left and right, and then we have to center the worksheet horizontally on the page. So the next step, we have to be sure that we are in the page layout, page setup, and then let's go to margin and then click on custom margins. And then when you get the page setup dialog box, so we want the top to be 0.5, 1.5 the top, and 0.5 the left and right. So this will be 0.5. Take out the 7 and 5, and then from the top is 0.1, right? And then center on the page horizontally. As you see, it move to the middle. So let's read again. Set 1.5 inches top margin, 1.5 is 1.5. So be sure to read well. 1.5 the margin from the top, 0.5 left and right. 0.5 inches left and right margin, and center the worksheet horizontally on the page. Center on the page horizontally. Click OK. Perfect. Let's go down. Number 23 step. Even with the smaller left and right margin, the data does not fit on one page. Therefore, you should reduce the scaling so that it fit. So we need to change the scaling to 90. So obviously we need to go to view tab, and then the zoom, right? So if you click here, 100%, or you can go here, and then we gonna change custom and then 90, or we can go to page layout, and then we can go to margins, custom margin, and then we can also change the page and scaling to 90, and then click OK. So we fit it to 90, right? So you went to page layout, margin, custom, then page, and then scaling adjust to 90% normal size, then OK. Change the scaling to 90. Now insert a footer with the text exploring the series. On the left side, the sheet name code in the center and the file name on the right of the worksheet one, right? So we're gonna go to insert. You will go to the group. The second last group is text, headers and footer, and then automatically it's gonna be in the header, you see. So we don't want here, it should be footer. So under the navigation, click go to footer. In the left, we need to tab exploring series. Exploring series on the left box. In the middle, the sheet name code in the center. So we need the sheet name, and then the right box. And the file name code on the right side of the sheet one worksheet. So here you will go back to the header footer elements. You will click on file name. Next, the worksheet is named sheet 1, which is not meaningful. You want to add a meaningful sheet name so that it will display in the footer. In addition, the sheet 2 worksheet is empty and should be deleted. So we have to rename the sheet 1 as June, and then we have to delete sheet 2. So before we do that, we have to go back to the normal view. So to do that, you have to get out of the footer first. So click any of the above cell, select the above cell. Now you can go back to view, normal. So we change the view to normal. Now we need to double click the sheet 1. When you see the gray highlight, now type June and press the enter key to override the sheet 1 to June. Let's read again. Rename the sheet 1 as June and delete sheet 2. Now right click on sheet 2, move your cursor over sheet 2 and then do right click. And then from the shortcut menu, delete. Perfect. Now the next is we have to save and we're done. It's 26 steps and it's 100 point. So let's hit the floppy, the quick access toolbar and save it. Now I will close it. I will close my instruction. So everything should look perfect. Now we have to go back to the assignment. I have to log in again. We have to go to the course. Then we have to go to assignments. We have to look for Excel chapter 1. Excel chapter 1. Click on it. Then click on Open Pearson. And then continue. This time we have to upload the completed assignment to see what grade we received. So click on upload the file. And my file was on the download section of my computer download. That's the file. Click on it, open, and then upload. Wait a few seconds. Now, kudos, your file has been submitted for grading. Continue. And then here, the score, it should be 100%. So let's see what the problem is. So now I will go back. So everything look perfect, perfect, perfect. So the only problem I have is in here. So we need to fix this to get the 100%. So click on review to check what the problem. So it says that we have to do right aligned in the H5 all the way to I10 and increase the indent 2 times. So let's go back. Maximize your file. And then we have to select. So let's read again. Right, align the data in the range H5, H5, H5 all the way to I10. So align right, all right. And then you can also do like the right click, format, align, and then you can indent. or we can do it from here too, right? Or we can just do it from here. 1, 2, close, save it, right? So let's check it now. I will hit the back key. Upload. So let me do it again. Open, start, upload your Excel file. So the score is 100 out of 100. As you see, I have scored 100%. You can also download your file here that you submitted. Also, you can get a live comments report, like if there is something you need to take care of it, right? And then the steps, and you see here I score 100%. So I hope that you have learned the steps how to complete Excel Chapter 1 cumulative assessment regarding Chapter 1 in Excel. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Be sure to like my channel so that I can create more productive Excel videos for you to comprehend the concept. Thank you so much and have a nice day. So before we exit, we need to close everything. So you have 3 times to do this assignment actually. Hit the X. Now, thank you. Have a nice day.